Pasadena survived in those early years because of their commitment to religion and education, and because of that they continued to grow and survived all the adversities that they had to go through. As soon as the farmers settling in Pasadena in 1893 got their crop in, the next thing they turned around to was educating their youth. And as soon as they could, they cleaned out one of the new chicken coops and set up the first schoolhouse in there.
I think that shows to some extent their interest in education and their seriousness about providing something locally, that they would take whatever resource they had available to them, which was an abandoned chicken coop, and turn that into something that would be a start of a 108-year tradition. Russell Munger was the first teacher in Pasadena School District. He was 17 years old when he began teaching. After several years of working in the chicken coop as their schoolhouse, more families had moved into the area, more families wanted their children educated in a formal way, and that little chicken coop just wouldn't do it any longer. And so citizens of the community did rally together again and decide they needed to build a new school. They built that first schoolhouse at the corner of Wafer and Shaw. It was still a one-room building, but it was a nice facility and one that they could accommodate some growth in the community. High school was still being sent to another place, Harrisburg primarily. Their routine at school in the beginning was much different than what we see today. You know, they did have a lot of recitation. Their textbook was generally the Bible, as opposed to some other form of textbook that we're familiar with today.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth.
They wanted them to be proficient enough to do those things so they could be productive in their business, productive at home and on the farm. So a lot of what they taught in those early years were responsibility, citizenship. Kids did chores around the school. It was part of their responsibility to keep the building clean. Eventually, from that one-room schoolhouse on Wafer and Shaw, they had to move into a larger facility.